think you should shy away from negative energy, and I'll tell you why. Um, a lot of times there's this whole thing going around with the idea of like protect your energy and positive vibes and things of that nature, right? Which I'm all for, but there comes a time where there is like this toxicity attached to always thinking everything is going to be okay or everything is going well. And I actually think that the better way to go about things is to really utilize negative energy for something positive. Um, Many times I would run away from uncomfortable situations, from tense moments. But then I realized, like, I pivoted and I saw it, and I saw the opportunity to. I said, "Wait a minute, let me use these quote unquote negative energies that I'm getting from other people or negative circumstances to give me energy, right? Impetus and the will to move forward." And sure enough, it was one of the best things ever. Like, if anything, I was craving volatility and tension and fighting and aggressiveness, and because it allowed me to practice navigating and dealing with negative energy. Not because I was looking for it, but I was okay with it coming my way. I wasn't scared of it anymore, and I was even embracing it. Rather, it was something that I looked forward to when given the chance. And let's be honest here, right? It's not that difficult to run into people that are negative, right? That are coming at you with negative intentions or negative energy. It's not very difficult, especially when you're a jolly go lucky fellow. It's very easy for people to write you off as something you're not. Happens all the time. Anytime I have these run ins with people, disagreements, bouts of differences, what ends up happening is that people will try to write me off and demonize me, name call me. And then, it's one of those things where I'm like, okay, I see where this is going. It's a way to try to weaponize certain terms to get you to shut down and shut up. But instead, I double down. I relish those moments now more than ever. Because, like I said, I used to run away, shy away from tension. And I guess because I wanted people to like me. That's really what it came down to. And when I stopped caring about those things, when I didn't care if people liked me or not, it made it much easier to engage and disarm these people, right? Metaphorically speaking. And like I said, a lot of it comes from the perception of, what they think of you. In this case, right, what they thought of me. And they just think you're a pretty face, right? Relatively speaking, I was a pretty face, right? And so because of that, they just kind of think you're just a bonehead, you don't really have much substance, and they think they can tear you down. But like I said, moving forward, I started realizing, like, man, I could really use this negativity for something good. I remember. What I started doing was like tapping into these bad circumstances, bad events, even if they were from the past. I didn't care how long ago it was because it was etched in my mind and I never forgot it, right? That's kind of the funny thing about the brain, right? Is that all the bad things you remember forever as if they were yesterday, and all the good things you tend to forget. It's difficult to hold on to them. But anyhow, so a lot of these bad things that happened in the past, I would use that as energy, right? When I was down to my last, my last, I don't know, rep in the gym, even, or when I didn't want to do something, or when I felt like I was tired of pursuing any of my interests, I would use these bad moments, these negative energies to push me forward. And lo and behold, it really did help. Because, I mean, when you're down and out, you got to dig deep. And using negativity to push yourself forward is one of the best things you can do. Believe me, always focusing on positivity is not always the best way to move forward. Like I said, um, being in sort of like this space where you can use that um, to push yourself, propel yourself forward is a superpower. It really is. You just have to think back at all the bad things that happened. It shouldn't be that difficult, right? We've all been through some traumas, right? Some bad moments, right? Physical, mental, psychological, spiritual, whatever they are, whatever they may be. You have to find those and you have to use those as fuel, as fodder. um it really is a beautiful thing when you can sort of alchemize and turn these into great things, because that's the ultimate goal, right? Is not to stay there, right? Not to engage with them for too long, but to turn them into something beautiful, right? And blossom into something positive. And I think that's the underlying theme that we're trying to go for. That is the lesson, right? We're trying to go for that. And I think we all want to turn shit into gold, right? Excuse my language. But that is the alchemy of man, right? Is figuring out that process. And like I said, it shouldn't be that difficult for you to find negative things to tap into. A lot of times, for a lot of us, right? We've been bullied, we've been made fun of. Those are all good things. I mean, you may not have liked it in the moment, but looking back now, you could say, whoa, I could really use that for something. And I think, like I said, that is where the lesson lies. So I hope you could take away that negative energy and turn it into something positive. I'll see you in the next one.